Hello, hi, welcome, and thank you so much for being here today. My name is Violet. I appreciate you joining me. Let's get you a little clarity and see what's going on overall in the energy and whatever messages would be helpful. This is a timeless reading, and always trust that direct connection you have to your higher self, God's source, the universe. The answer is always in you. And try to make balanced decisions so we can all help uplift each other in love. Let's dive in. Let's see what God's source, Holy Spirit, Christ consciousness, our higher selves, angels, and energies of love have for the highest and greatest good of all. Something isn't as it appears to be. Something that looks like gold from far away feels a little too light when you actually have it in your hands. All that glitters is not gold. Sometimes the greatest story has a torn and weathered cover. So this is bringing you awareness that there could be somebody wearing a mask or portraying themselves in a certain way. But when you get a little deeper and dig under that glitter, you're gonna see that maybe something else you didn't consider before is actually more valuable. You're going to start to notice the difference in the weight of something, because I feel like you're adjusting your scales. Maybe you were putting too much attention in something that drained you, or you thought was worth its weight in gold, but something else is going to surprise you, because I feel like there's something that's very small, but you recognize the value in it. So clarify all that glitters. I also feel like somebody's mask is going to slip off. Maybe they are really good at wearing that mask, but you're starting to smell something's getting stinky underneath. And you're going to be really happy on something. You're not just happy, you're happy 2.0. Happy. So maybe you're happy to find out the truth, and I'm kind of getting you just recognize no more time has to be wasted in a certain area with a certain person, or even an activity that you are doing. You're going to have a blessing coming in. Maybe it's a happy birthday. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. It's like you're going to find the perfect key for the perfect door, even if it felt like it was closed before. This is number 26. There's also a hummingbird in this card. So there's something about the morning or feeling zapped back on, but there's something that is perfectly in alignment with, so I just picture the shape of the hummingbird's beak, getting the nectar from the flower. That hummingbird does not harm the flower at all, and it helps the flower to continually produce that nectar so the hummingbird can keep going back. So there's something about an ever flowing of energy that fills you up and nourishes you, and you're also giving back in a beautiful exchange. A hummingbird's really quick. So there's something where you're able to run circles around somebody else that maybe is trying too hard. I saw all that energy before, and now you have balloons here. So maybe somebody was full of a lot of hot air over there, and maybe there's, I see like somebody popping the balloon, and I don't know why. I just saw this. It was really cool though. I saw somebody like popping one particular balloon, and you know how when you like crack open a fortune cookie, there's that little like cool little saying. I feel like somebody has all these brilliant, wise sayings, not like superficial fortune cookie stuff, but like beautiful quotes or this words that just come out. Like you almost want to quote somebody. Maybe that's you. So you didn't even know that something that looked as silly as a balloon had a lot of depth or value behind it. I feel like it's all going to come out at once. Maybe that's a really cool, go down the rabbit hole, talk about all kinds of things kind of conversation. Maybe it's also where somebody, once they break the ice, I see somebody now breaking the ice with you, start a conversation, really get to know you. They're going to be happier and happier the more they get to know you, because there's a lot of depth or a lot that you help them. That you help them to discover. So that could even be you helping them discover something about themselves or in the world. I heard happy, you don't have to waste your time. So maybe you wasted your time before and you're just saying no, or that's not going to happen in the future. And the more you change the focus of your energy on what you love to do or what feels valuable, what you're really into, the more you want to say yes to something and the more opportunities become available to you. Let's get one more from the wisdom of the oracle, and then I feel like we should clarify these right away with the tarot, so let's do that. So yeah, you're between worlds. You're letting the old gray, dry, boring, colorless world go, and you're stepping into this vibrant energy of new possibilities and new colors you didn't even know existed. There's also something with that. I saw that nourishment or the nectar, the nutrition. So nutrition just isn't about food. Nutrition is also the information that you allow in. But there's something about you also being open to all of it, using your own discernment to know which is the right direction to step towards, because knowledge is power. To be that ostrich sticking your head in the sand or covering your eyes because you don't want to see something. What if there's something, let's just say it's negative. We're in a world of dichotomy here, you know, the extremes. So if there is something that you know doesn't really resonate with you, you don't really love it, you don't even like it, let's say that bothers you so much, you're the one that's going to change it. But if you're not even wanting to see it at all, doesn't really empower you or help you empower everyone else. So it's kind of interesting. I feel like you are giving more of your attention to the things that really feel like they are nourishing to you, but it's also recognizing what needs to be like flushed away. I just saw a toilet, like flushed away or go down the drain. I feel like there's something empowering about seeing it all and choosing what feels right for you. You're between worlds. You're half and half here. Maybe you have one of your flamingo legs stuck in that old world, but at least you're facing that new direction. You're facing the possibilities. There's another little bird here. Is it another hummingbird? It's another hummingbird. The hummingbird's important for you. Maybe you really resonate to hummingbirds, and they're both pointing at the happy direction. There's also confetti in this one, balloons in this one, so, and glitter over here. So I am getting that there might be a celebration. There might be a reason to celebrate. Maybe it's not even having a specific reason to celebrate, but being in that celebratory energy that kind of lifts you up, peps you up. It could also be a birthday party or something you're doing with a group. I'm kind of getting that even if you just take yourself out to dinner, there's maybe something you're going to discover, someone you're going to meet. I feel like you should treat yourself, even if it's just like going somewhere and having like a cup of coffee. 3, 26, 16. Let's go to the tarot right away and clarify. Which tarot? The Art of Life, because that's where my hand is going. So let's get some clarity on all that glitters. Happy in between worlds. I am getting that there's somebody that is extremely happy for you. Like they really want to see you succeed. They want to see you in a transition. They believe in your growth. They see that even if you fell down and one day was, you know, storm clouds and weird energies, that you continued to get back up. You didn't get lost in the pile of glitter over there. So I just heard the one. I don't know what that means. Maybe the one that you feel light around, or the one that knows how to give you a pep talk or uplifts you, the one that believes in you. Maybe that's the other way too. Maybe you are the one to help somebody between worlds, or transition, or see the sunny side of the street, or even the blessing in the gray skies. So let's clarify all of these. Clarify first all that glitters, please and thank you. What would be helpful to know about this? All that glitters. You got the Queen of Wands. I actually love the Queen of Wands. She's like the head CEO or the rock star. She's usually very attractive. Interesting, because maybe it is somebody that seems outwardly super attractive. You know, when you kind of can meet somebody and they're beautiful or they're super handsome, but then you kind of get to know them and I don't know, they speak, you know, they speak down to the wait staff, or they have like a weird nonsense of humor kind of personality, or heavy opinions that are kind of lower vibration on others, and all of a sudden they're not so hot anymore. Or if somebody is superficial and they don't have that depth. It could also be that somebody who seems, you know, like, oh no, they're too put together, they're probably superficial. Maybe that's the person that's going to be surprising. Never judge a book by its cover. So when the Queen of Wands is upright, she's amazing. Usually a fire sign. She usually is in the spotlight, but even if that spotlight is just her own energy, her own aura that she puts out there, she's noticed somehow. She's got that fiery soul, but I always see her as, even though she or he can be that one woman band, you know, the one woman show, she shines even more when she is in that energy of recognition that everyone's light is also beautiful, even if it's totally different. So I feel like she's the one that recognizes talents in others or the beauty in somebody else and helps shine her spotlight to, you know, give more resonance to the beauty of someone else if they don't recognize it. Upside down, she's kind of the M&M lady, the green M&M lady. That's what I call her, upside down. It's when somebody, you know, is the movie star and they're only going to do it if some poor person counts 15,342 green M&Ms in her trailer, and then she'll do it. So she feels more important, because she always kind of is in an energy of lack, or that somebody else is going to steal her spotlight. So it's just lack of confidence. Even if she portrays herself as uber confident, you can always smell something funny in the energy. There's a disconnect in the authenticity. So let's see what, now this could just be somebody that is helping you recognize that maybe somebody was wearing a false mask in a situation, or I'm getting that it's more that she is helping somebody else recognize that they are golden. Maybe they didn't even know that yet. So the greatest good you can do for another is not just to share your riches, but to, yeah, that's what she does. She's like, you didn't know how beautiful you are? You didn't know, you know, how good you are at that thing? Why are you talking down on yourself? She's like, you're amazeballs. She's the pep talk. So reveal to him his own. And this is not just about superficial riches. This is a different kind of value. It's experiences, it's relationships. It's, I actually just heard a passion project. That was interesting. So let's clarify happy, happy. What is this happy, happy energy about? If somebody isn't happy that somebody else is happy, if they're like that happiness hater energy, I feel like maybe have some compassion for that person if that's somebody that you know. I got another spotlight coming in, but it could also be if somebody is just a grumpy puss all of the time and always like bringing that storm cloud on other people's happiness, I feel like you're kind of distancing yourself, seeing it for what it is. You can't always fix somebody's mindset or their energy, because I feel like whoever is kind of the Eeyore is sort of annoyed with someone else's happiness, and that feels off to me. And I feel like maybe somebody is maybe taking some time on their own, recognizing how they are maybe really sensitive too, because the Hermit's very wise. It's like all those wise things that come out of that balloon I saw. The Hermit's a Virgo energy. Also, Queen of Wands can be Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. It doesn't have to be. It can just be that fiery energy that somebody is being the go-getter. And like kind of taking action. I also feel like Queen of Wands has a beautiful balance between masculine and feminine. She knows when to be like, you know, come hither, or I'm going to wait here and know what's worthy to come hither. And also when to, you know, put a stop to something or not allow something in, but also be the pursuer. The Hermit is, maybe you're finding, I just thought of Happy Gilmore. Maybe you're finding your happy place. You know, that place, even if it's just in your mind where you go, where you can visualize and imagine and start to inwardly create the world you'd like to see outwardly and really feel like you're there. The Hermit is a wise teacher that knows how to turn on that spotlight, to turn that inner light on, and usually eventually come out of that cave so that all that wisdom isn't wasted. You know, because when the Hermit gets to share that light, share that wisdom, that light is the most beautiful when he helps others discover that light or that wisdom inside of them. Not just be up there on the platform, on the soapbox teaching. That real connection that the Hermit has, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. You know, when the teacher is ready, the right student appears as well. And the quote here is, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than his own soul." This is somebody really learning who they want to be, who they really are, how they would like to grow, and what they are becoming, evolving, changing. Sometimes I always see that sometimes the Hermit has to be a little bit of a tough teacher too. If they recognize somebody was able to do it on their own the whole time, but enabled them to not have to, sometimes you gotta turn that light off and help them, you know, crawl around in that dark cave for a little bit until they figure out that, the light was inside of them all along, or the capacity to shine the spotlight on the right thing was there the whole time. The wisdom was always within them. Maybe it is somebody in search of expansion and wisdom, which I feel I'm getting a lot of knowledge today. So maybe somebody is even reading a really good book alone, listening to a good podcast that feels nourishing to their soul. So let's see what this in-between worlds or between worlds energy is. Tell us more about between worlds, please and thank you. Between worlds is coming through with a really good idea, a new start, a new way to communicate, opening up your mind. It's swords. So when you think of swords, it's, in the beginning there was the Word, and the Word was God. So words are really powerful here. Wow, that just made me have the goosies. I'm gonna always show you this now because it's so weird. My little hairs stand up. So Ace of Swords, it can be an idea, an epiphany, an aha moment. It could also be a conversation, information, intelligence, knowledge. It's, there's a boat that looks like it's really taking off across the waves here. So it looks like the winds of change are absolutely going in the right direction. This is also being open-minded to what you don't know. It's always good to question. Question. If something feels weird, question it. If something feels right, question it. question everything, because that's the only way to really have expansion. You got to get past the ace and have this great idea become something. Also pay attention to the thoughts you are repeating all of the time. If you're doing manifestation, you know, and you really want to have love or an opportunity or confidence or more of these happy moments in your life, and you're like, I thought about it for 5 minutes. I was in my happy, you know, Gilmore happy zone. And, did I say that backwards? The happy Gilmore zone. And you're spending 5 minutes, which is wonderful, in that meditation. But then throughout most of your day, the bulk of your time is spent in these gray clouds of misunderstanding, or seeing, you know, why was that door closed, or all of these other things happening. Then that's the more natural thing that you are projecting from your inner world to your outer world, because that's where you spend most of your thought time. So it's starting to have more conscious attunement to what you're actually thinking about. Is it mindless? Is it just scrolling through something that, you know, is like autopilot? Or are you starting to say, nah, you know, I got a little pocket of time here. I'm going to consciously choose to spend more time on something creative, or what you would really love to see happen, like it already exists. The more you're conscious of these things, the more you are not just a creator, but also a co-creator for perhaps beautiful changes in the world to happen. And if you are inspiring to others, I'm sort of getting that there's like a number, it's like the 1/100th percent of a population is all that it's needed to completely change the trajectory, the energy, the outcome of a lot of bullshit. So you only need a few little sparks of enlightenment that can you know, butterfly effect change everyone or everything, or, you know, the mass consciousness, the way we are all one. So just picture now with the hermit, you're back in that cave. And even with a little candle, you can see the writing on the wall, or the few steps ahead of you, or where the entryway is or the exit is. So I am getting that a tiny little flicker or spark, light bulb that goes on, especially because it's the Ace of Swords, can shine its light farther than any shadows. I hope that made sense. So, let's go to something different. I feel like I need to get a different deck. Do we have anything fun here? Let's do this. I keep seeing all these quotes, and I saw all those like fortune cookie things. So let's do the botanical inspirations, because I do like that these also have quotes. So what's an extra message that would help bring clarity to the current energy situation? What is some extra wisdom and advice for you today? You got a pink rose. Oh, that's a really high vibration. I feel like maybe some of you should or would like to, maybe if you smell it, have a little oil. If you put a little pink rose oil like on your heart, that is, it's protective, but it's also a very high vibration. The rose has the highest vibration of all the flowers. So, I mean, I got a white rose here. My dog, she's sleeping over there. So this is grace and sweetness. I just thought of Full of Grace by Sarah McLachlan. That is a really beautiful song. And sweetness. The pursuit of perfection then is the pursuit of sweetness and light. Matthew Arnold. Nothing is ever going to be perfect. There's often way more beauty in imperfection. And this is going after that little spark, that little light. So yeah, all right, maybe I'm gonna go get the rose deck. Let's do that. I'm gonna go get the rose deck because that one's beautiful. I feel like we should continue to kind of go with the flow here. I'll be right. I found the rose deck, and I actually have a tarot deck. It's actually called the In-Between Tarot. I've maybe used this once or twice, so let's clarify with that and start with an extra oracle of the roses message. What is an extra message on the Hermit, the Ace of Swords? If you were unclear or somebody was lying, not communicating clearly, or you always were reading in between, since we have that here, in between the lines, you're going to get the clarity you need. And if there's somebody that is always unclear, or you always feel confused, or you always feel misaligned around somebody, then I feel like you're getting on that boat and catching the right wave, or going with the winds of change, or making those changes for yourself because you're heading towards what you know feels better for you. So what is what is another rose message? Now, I don't know all of these roses so well, so I'm going to read from the book to see what the message is, because it's rather simple on the card. Oh, I like it. What is it? What is this little rose? The Alchemist. Ooh, I like this. You're totally like, transmuting energies. That's your energy, where you take even, all right, you got some lemons. You know what you're going to do? You're going to make that shit lemonade. It's the wild rose. It's technically the barberry laced or leaved rose. Let me let you see what that looks like. It's really pretty. I wouldn't even know that was a rose looking at it. It's also number 3, as is this one. So 3 is creativity. It's what is birthed. It's masculine, feminine together merging, and out of that Vesica Pisces, something brand new emerges. So let's see what this is. I should have just left my glasses on. What is number 3? The Alchemist. It is. The oracle meaning is, before you, there may be paths to choose from and problems to deal with, or a blankness that needs to be filled. And this will only be solved by your own hand. Your perspective is vital and and it has ultimate bearing on the next move. But use the power wisely. Do with the Hermit here. As movements that are unbound by natural laws are usually short. I saw that celebration. You got these balloons and this glitter shit over here. Short-lived celebrations of, oh, I'm so glad I got this deck. Guess what? Glittery magic, bullshit parlor tricks, manipulation of energy is just creating that kind of karmic bond back to you. This is working with the energies of nature, and then I want to say like natural laws. This is working with the winds of change. Even if you are doing something as cray-cray sounding, but absolutely attainable as aerokinesis, you're not pushing the clouds. You're not trying to make something out there move. You are in such attunement and alignment with those clouds or that fire or that piece of paper that there's no difference in it. Therefore, that's why it moves. So the alchemist crafts from what is already here and with the resources that are available. It's like the magician. You already have all the tools you need. You already have everything inside of you. They trust in their own natural abilities and the possibilities and intuitions inherent within themselves and others. It's that co-creator's energy. Then there's botanical notes, but it's guess what it is? It's transformation, intuition, magic, skill, and ability. And it's connected to Scorpio. So, you know, that Scorpion energy is very powerful. It's not being afraid or having fear to dive really deep. So you learn how to, I'm getting that, go from the Scorpion to the eagle to that Phoenix. So let's go to this one. I don't even know what these look like. The in-between. Let's clarify with an extra message. Oh, I didn't even realize these are like waxy. Yeah, I'm definitely getting that maybe somebody, I don't always talk about this in readings, but if somebody thought that wisdom came from, like, I mean, that could be like spell work or any kind of manipulation energy. That's not really wisdom. It's manipulation. And when you're in natural alignment with God, the universe, and everybody being a mirror of each other, those are real miracles. Because I feel like it's like that message. Otherwise, maybe you get what you thought you wanted. Let's just say it's, you know, you want somebody to fall in love with you. You really are, let's say, truly in that energy. You really do love them. But if you really love somebody unconditionally, you would offer somebody that free will, not manipulate energy so they feel a certain way about you. Because then it's not truth. And that always backfires. It feels big, but it's actually small. I know that message wasn't for everyone. I hope that was helpful. So let's see what pops out. What would be an extra message here at the end to be helpful? At the end here we have not my favorite card coming on in. I looked at that 3322. You have the Three of Swords. Although there's somebody sitting here looking at something in their hand, full moon behind them, and they're next to the fire here. So they have warmth. This guy looks like he's even writing. Maybe if you have anything that's happened where it was heartbreaking or something you had to leave behind, or you never got clarity at all, maybe that clarity is found within you. You need time to heal with the Three of Swords. I feel like if somebody is writing something out, that could be healing. But maybe it's not. It's writing it out to get those emotions out if they're stuck. Because there's a big connection to emotions, because it's usually heartbreak, but it's a Swords card, so it's also in your mind. So let's just say that was a shitty relationship, or someone didn't treat you with the love you deserved, didn't handle your heart with care. Did you learn something more about yourself from that situation? Did you see how much you did deserve and how somebody maybe wasn't in alignment with all the light or the wisdom that you have? so that you can recognize somebody that comes in with a full cup, with a full heart, with unconditional love when they are there, and not always assume they're going to be hurtful like everyone else. Can you recognize the difference? Can you recognize red flags if they do come in, but instead of sticking around to constantly have your, heart in heartache, do you make different choices that take you more towards where you're in this happy energy? Or maybe it's coming in with this full cup and figuring out really what makes you happy. Because if anybody is putting all of their happiness on anyone else to bring that, pleasure into their life, that is so much damn pressure, and it's not fair. It's not up to anybody else in the world to make you happy. It's so much more powerful to discover what is making you happy, because a lot of times that's a choice. All the situations that happen to us, 'tis life. How you choose to see that situation, work through that situation, transform because of that situation is also a choice. So if you are becoming more in tune or in alignment with yourself, and you already feel like you have everything that you need, then the right vibration is going to come in, and someone's going to feel like, wow, it's just a blessing to be around you. So why is the Three of Swords here? That could also be somebody's energy around you. It doesn't have to be yours. Somebody is heartbroken because you went a different way and recognize that your happiness is important. Or that could be somebody that feels sad because you are moving on and they refuse to grow. Not everybody is going to come with you if you are in this transformation energy, but the right ones will absolutely stay, come in, and grow with you and be happy for you. So let's clarify, why is the Three of Swords here? Tell us why the Three of Swords is here, just to get a little more clarity, please and thank you. What is this? You got another 3. You went from like the saddest card to happy celebration over here. Oh, it is really sweet. I really like this Three of Cups. You have like a couple spooning each other, and it looks like their kid is like in the water playing, but whatever they have in their hand, they're filling. This is recognizing you deserve to be happy. You deserve to be around the people that you feel uplifted with, that love you for you. And it's, I don't know, an example of happiness for whoever is an influence around you to learn to be happy with who they are, with what their dreams are, not what their parents' dreams are put upon them. It's like there's a individual energy in this. It's interesting because I didn't even realize these actually move. It's actually one side of the coin is the Three of Cups, and you actually have the Four of Swords on the other side. So it's moving from heartbreak to peace, being at peace with whatever was heartbreaking, transitioning more into a happy energy, celebration energy. And if you're going towards that Four of Cups, the Four of Cups is complacency, boredom, sometimes contemplation, but it's upside down, recognizing a beautiful opportunity when it's handed to you by God instead of saying no. It's saying, all right, well, you're not sure if that's going to be your new favorite, but at least you're going to take a sip. If this is upside down, it's, definitely spending less time around people that weren't actually happy for you. The mean boys and girls. And spending more time with somebody that wants to spoon you, or even just doing your own thing, because that cup is like bioluminescent. It has its own glow to it. There's also a big transition from the moon to the sun. Silver, gold, yin, yang. What's at the bottom? The 5 of Cups to the 6 of Cups. Transitioning from where you feel left out in the cold or what didn't work out right into remembering it or having nostalgic energy towards it differently. You can't change the past. You can't change even 1 second ago, but you can absolutely be in the now you are in and start to imagine beautiful things to come into your future. It's also where there could be a soulmate energy coming in because you're transitioning to the 6, which is nostalgic. It's not getting lost in the past, or even just having a different mindset about how anything you went through in the past you can now do differently because you've grown. It's having that beautiful energy of innocence. I just heard patience. You know, sometimes that 5 of Cups is allowing yourself the proper time to heal and go through it, but eventually cleaning up the mess and moving along. If you stare at the broken glass on the floor but never clean it up, that I don't know, sometimes it's just acceptance, cleaning it up, throwing something away, taking out the trash. But you get to have another day. If this jug here is cracked, then, you know, maybe I just had a conversation with my sister. She has a beautiful, it's like a what do they call that, making coffee? The slow thing, the slow press, the French press. She has one of those, but it's like really fancy, like made out of, I don't know, like a beautiful pot, not glass, and it broke. So she found like a glue that's also good for food grade, that's really strong for those special pots, and she was trying to glue it back together. Sometimes you can glue something back together. Sometimes it's like Humpty Dumpty and you're not going to put it back together again. But I feel like there's a lot of discernment with knowing the difference here. That's how we grow. So can we get you a final message from the universe? Let's do that. I'm also getting that you could be the one with all of these wise words, even the confidence to see the sun through the rain cloud or the light in the cave. So if somebody else is having a rough time or went through a situation where somebody didn't see their value, then maybe you are a healing factor in somebody's life. You're not supposed to fix everyone, but you can help somebody really tap into, you know, their inner truth so they can help themselves. I just heard, yeah, I've gone through some shit too. I don't know why I heard that. Sometimes somebody can look like they're put together or they have a beautiful smile on their face, but you might not know their background or actually everything that they have been through. Maybe that's even, you know, your situation where people see you as strong and vibrant, always bringing that sunlight, spotlight, high energy, you know, wise words into every situation, but you probably have all that wisdom because you went through something. So let's see. Let's get one final message from the universe, please, and thank you. What is the final message that would be the most helpful in this reading today? Your final message is, you have the same message, whatever came through in this. Choice. Choice is the most powerful tool you have every choice you make shuts some doors, but also opens several others. It's bringing new experiences into your life at any given time, anytime. So when is the time you have? Right now. Right now is the time you have. So at any given time, you can change the direction of your life. You are only one choice away. If you keep making choices that make you feel like you're getting stuck, choose differently. If you make a choice and you feel like it was the wrong choice, what did you learn? Or you delete that option. That's not the right way for you to go. Now you know. Learn the hard way. Shoot. Grateful that is over. Now, what if you choose right? And, you go through those beautiful doors where you just keep feeling like your world is painted all these vibrant colors. More doors of opportunity open up, and you want to say yes to life and thriving more and more. I feel like this reading was powerful yet personal. So if you are waiting on someone else to choose for you or to make a certain choice, I don't think you should put yourself on hold. The right people and the right person, the right opportunities choose you to. With this, I bid you adieu. I love you so much. Thank you for being here, and I look forward to seeing you very soon. Bye.